back with a couple more of the wise guys of Wise Guys Cooking. Let me introduce to you Tony Dijerlando, who plays the Godfather, and Larry Capeloto, who plays the show's Ed McMahon. I'm already curious. How you doing?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
I've been practicing those names. I hope I did all right. It's good to see you guys.
Who's Italiano? You're perfect.
Thank you, sir. All right. I didn't tell you. Actually, I have. I'm Black, French, Italian. That's part of who I am.
There you go. Now you got all it takes is one drop.
I'm not nearly as Italian as you, but all right. Let's get right to the good. So Tony, you've been entertaining since you were a kid. Give us some history about that.
Oh, I did my first paying gig when I was 12 years old.
Oh, whoa.
I sang the national anthem for Laker games. I made movies. I worked all over the Sunset Strip. I worked in Vegas. I worked all over. And right now I'm working at the Palm Desert Resort Country Club on Saturdays. And all over all the other country clubs up and down, you know, the desert here.
Since you were 12 years old, that's pretty remarkable.
It was about a week ago.
I was waiting for that age joke to come in at some point. All right, let's move on. So, Larry, you've got started as far as big bands. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I started with the Ted Herman Big Band 19 years ago and sang with them for 17 years. Then broke off and started doing my own show at the Indian Wells Resort Hotel on Monday nights. And every Monday night I have a different female guest artist to join me, and it kind of gives the show a different flavor.
And you've been doing this for a while here in the desert.
I've been doing this for about, oh my God, 50 years myself.
Oh,
yes.
wow. Oh, wow. Remarkable. All right, you want to make an age joke?
No.
No.
You don't want to roast him real quick?
All right. This is the desert. We don't make age jokes.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Tell us a bit about the character, the Godfather, on the show.
The Godfather is the guy who gives advice to people. Like people write letters to Larry because they don't know how to spell my last name. And he gets the letters and he asks me the questions. Like, give me a question. What about the guy that owes you money, Larry?
Yeah. The Godfather, Joe Robini sent me this letter that said, I loaned this guy some money and I'm having trouble collecting. What should I do, Godfather?
Tie him to your car and see how fast he can run, you know? That kind of stuff. Educational stuff, you know?
Scared of you. Educational?
Good for the kids. Yeah, it's good for the kids.
Educational.
Listen, we're not politically correct, okay?
I see that. And this is what you get when you tune in at 11:30 on Sunday nights. It's all of this, right? All right, so as we move on, tell us a bit about, as far as you performing here in Palm Springs, what is it like?
Well, Palm Springs is an area that's perfect for people in our age area because they love the Sinatra, the Dean Martin, what we call American songbook type music. And of course Tony does that, I do that, Frank DeSalvo does that, and Paul Elia. I mean, we're all entertainers, and this is our meat. This is what we grew up with ourselves. So therefore it comes easy to us, and you know, we love what we do. Yeah. And you know, until such time as our voices give out. And Tony, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
With a laugh like that? Yeah, you're in trouble, buddy.
You're dead meat. You'll never make it to the car on the way out, all right? This guy.
We have a full audience in here, by the way. Before we bump to the break, tell me a bit about Ed McMahon and some of the, what is that like? What do we can expect from Ed McMahon?
Well, you know, when they did the show, evidently I must have a good talking voice. And so they put me into that slot. I kind of tell everybody they put me in that slot just to have somebody pretty next to Frank, you know. But
this guy loves you. He loves you.
I'm Tony. Frank's over there.
Oh, my bad. Well, he looked at you.
No, it works out well. I do the announcing, and I do for the commercials, the people who are sponsoring the show, and it's a lot of fun. You know, the whole thing is a bunch of zany guys having a wonderful time doing what we all love to do, and that's be crazy.
Let's face it, he's got a great speaking voice. I got a great singing voice.
Oh, stop. You both are beautiful. Poor attempt at my Italian accent. Again, Wise Guys Cooking airs on NBC Palm Springs every Sunday night at 11:30. A big thanks to Tony and Larry for being on the show. Go check them out, and we'll check you out after the break. We'll see you in a moment.